Hello everyone. These are your notes for the evening of 10-7 if you are an A day and 10-10 if you are a B day. We're going to be talking about three specific ideas: the reflexive property, the midpoint property, and the bisect property. When you walk into class next time, I'll expect notes from two videos. This will be in the first video, these will be in the second. Remember, I'll ask you questions and you will be allowed to use your notes. Let's look at our first problem here. What we're trying to prove is that triangle A is congruent to triangle C. The reason I'm only using the letter A and C is they stand alone at the vertices of the triangle. What I'm going to do first is find the things that are given to me. The first thing I see is that side AB is congruent to side CB. The reason will be given. It is on the paper and I don't have to do anything or mark anything. Number two, there are also angles that are congruent. Because I have a right angle on the left side of my line, I must have a right angle on the right side of the line. I cannot call this angle B. This is angle DBA, and it is congruent to angle DBC. That is also given to me. I can see it with my eyeballs. It is right there. Number three is something I have to decide with my mind, with my eyes. I have sides that are congruent. I have angles that are congruent. So I'm looking either for another angle or for a side that is adjacent. I see that my two triangles touch each other on side DB. When two triangles touch each other, we call this the reflexive property. You are reflecting across the same line. You are reflecting onto yourself. We would say side DB is congruent to side DB. We name it the same way both times. Finally, we can say triangle A is congruent to triangle C because I have side, angle, side. Always try and think about what is and is not an acceptable proof. That's what your triangle foldables we made in class are for. Let's look at another example. The first thing you should do is write down the things you see. Pause the video and do that now, please. You should have written side NP is congruent to side QM, and that is given. Then you said side NM is congruent to side QP. That is also given. It doesn't matter which order these come in as long as the statement and the reason match. Finally, there's one more thing that is in common with both triangles, that is congruent in both triangles. That will be side MP. We will say side MP is congruent to side. This time it does matter the order you say your letters in. Because I'm going from the double hash to the single hash on the top triangle, I would want to go from the double hash to the single hash on the bottom triangle. This is not given to us. I had to mark that in, and it is the reflexive property. Finally, I say these two triangles are definitely congruent because of side, side, side. That is the reflexive property. If a triangle shares a side or an angle, which you will see later, It is the reflexive property. It is congruent to itself. To summarize, look for givens. What's already marked in your image? Always end with the proof statement. Even if you don't know why, you know what goes here.